So when it comes to cleanup and bookkeeping, how do you make sure that the financials are ready for tax prep?
Oh, I love that question. So first, for the let's go to the balance sheet. So first, all I need to make sure that all bank account, bank credit cards, loans, escrow are reconciled up to 12/31, and they should
Mm.
have no unclear items. So I need to make sure that the balance in the bank statement matches the one in the balance sheet. The credit cards, I need to make sure that the because credit cards ends like mid of the month, right? I need to make sure that the transactions after cutoff are indeed entered until up to December 31. Sometimes there are disconnected cards, right? We don't know it. It's sometimes cards are having issues, so they suddenly disconnect, and although they are reconciled December, but sometimes they're disconnected. So we need to make sure of that. And then for the AP and AR, I need to exhaust my efforts that there are no overdue, like 90 plus aging AP and ARs. If there are, I need to investigate if these are duplicates or if these are really unpaid or if these are for voiding. So I need to confirm that with the client. So usually I send it by spreadsheet and then they'll just make this is void and I'll just void them. And then for that's in the balance sheet. I was able to say the bank, the escrows, like prepaid insurance. I need to review the table. For example, they made a prepaid insurance. I just need to review if it's really makes sense. Like, is this the balance? Is the balance of the prepayments matches the schedule that is saved in the drive? And then what else? For the loans, did I speak about the loans? So the loans, same. I need to make sure that they are indeed reconciled. They have the statements are all saved, and then for the equity part, I need to make sure that the distributions and contributions are indeed equity transaction. I will need to confirm to the client. But sometimes there are personal items there that client will say, this is office supplies or these are purchases. I need to confirm all of those. And then for the profit and loss, so for the gross sales, so for example, for the e-commerce, the gross sales should match what's in the 1099 form 1099K. To be exact,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, but form 1099K they should match the form 1099K. And then for like for example, if there are sorry, in the balance sheet, so I need to make sure that there is depreciation expense recorded in the um, cumulative depreciation. All of
Mm.
I should make sure that that was recorded. And then for the cost of goods sold, just review each item if it's reasonable. Like if there are big amounts, I need to ask confirm with the client. And then for the expenses, it will be the same. I'll just make sure that it's reasonable and it's consistent or it's complete. Those I review it comparative and it's split by months. And then for the payroll expenses, the gross payroll should match the form W2, or sorry, form W3, line 5, line 5 of W3. And then, yeah, the officer's compensation should match the W2 of the partners for the S corporation. And then the payroll, the payroll tax, what I do with the payroll tax expenses, I need to match it with the annual payroll report
That's
for
true.
the,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because sometimes the W3 doesn't have that exact amount, so I need to match it with payroll reported. Um, yeah, for the employer share taxes. Of course, the depreciation or the amortization should be reported. If there is a repair that is above 2.5 or if there is equipment or there is a supplies that is above 2.5, sometimes I need to confirm if it's capitalizable in the office equipment or if it's leasehold improvement. So I need to make
Mm.
sure, yeah, what else? I hope I will be able to cover all. What
That's
else?
actually very good. I was like thinking about the payroll reconciliation because it
Oh,
was messed up so many times. So I think you did it. I mean, it's a really good answer. I'm good with it. I'm good with it.
yeah, thank
Um,
you. Yeah, and of course, I need to make sure that, because I think in the tax return, there is a check there that you should ensure that 1099 is filed.
yeah.
So I need to make
Mhm.
sure that the contractors are indeed filed for 1099. There are corresponding form 1099 for them. And sometimes for construction companies, I need to make sure that the subcontractors has certificate of insurance. Yeah, I need
Mm.
to make sure before tax filing because it's a heads up for them for the next audit. So we will not be able to run for them because it's hard to chase them during the audit itself. So as much as we can after the full year, we need to ensure that the subcontractors for that year has COIs. So what else? What else? Yeah, I need to make sure all documents is saved in our drive. I think in our case it's one. Maria told
And
us
what?
one. So I need to make sure all the statements are indeed saved in the our drive.
That's really good. Thank you. I don't think we missed. We have a whole checklist for accountants to check off. And yeah, we have all the pretty much about the items that you mentioned. And we would either do it ourselves or if the client did their books, we send that to them and they would check the box so that we could do the work. But the other another challenge we have is for them to check the boxes. They don't know what they don't know. But the one with their own bookkeeper is easy. If it's them, like they don't really know, so we would have to upsell them to do cleanup because they don't write off, right? Because they don't know how to do it. So